this up into little smaller chunks, see if that can help us out this semester. But chapter 13 deals with the endocrine system. Some of the general characteristics of the endocrine system. The endocrine glands are the cells, tissues, and organs that make up the endocrine system. They're all ductless glands. They don't secrete things through a tube onto the surface of a membrane. They secrete their hormones into the bloodstream. Endocrine means internal secretion. These are hormones. The hormones will only act on specific cells, target cells. They may be a long way from the gland we're talking about, but the thing that they will have is a receptor, either internally or externally, for that hormone. So the hormones will not work on cells that do not have receptors for them. The exocrine glands are the ones that secreted into ducts or tubes and went to a body surface. They secrete externally, delivering their products to a specific site, not diffuse, not systemic wide. And there are also glands that secrete messenger molecules, which we would call paracrine if they are working on nearby cells, autocrine if they are working on the cells or the organ that they secreted them from. So we have endocrine glands that secrete hormones into body fluids, like the thyroid gland shown here, and exocrine glands that secrete substances into the outside environment, like the sweat gland shown here. So if we compare the nervous and the endocrine system, the endocrine system is our second control system, our only other control system. They function in communication, control and communication. They communicate in the nervous system by releasing neurotransmitters to the next neuron in the chain. It's a very direct chain. Whereas the endocrine system secretes hormones into the blood, and it acts through chemicals. Those hormones are chemicals that will bind to receptors on target cells. So in the cells of the nervous system were neurons. In the endocrine system, we'll be talking about glandular epithelium. The exocrine glandular epithelium. The signal was a neurotransmitter in the nervous system. It will be hormones in the endocrine system. Specificity, that neurotransmitter went to receptors on the next cell in line, the postsynaptic neuron. In this case, the endocrine system is going to deliver those hormones systemically, but they will only act on cells that have receptors on them that we'll call target cells. One of the big differences between the control of the nervous system and the control of the endocrine system is the time it takes for this to happen. Nervous system is very quick. I'm not sure where they came up with 1 second, but within milliseconds. And in the endocrine system, it could be as quick as seconds, but it could also be as long as hours before you get a response. Depends on the response. The other difference is the duration of action. We get a very brief, intense response from the nervous system, usually on a muscle, I shouldn't say usually on a muscle, but often on a muscle. And we get we can have a brief response in the endocrine system. It will be longer than the firing of a neuron, but it will still be brief. But it can't last for days, depending on the type of signal we get. All right, we'll cut it there.